I really think it's important that everyone is included in our community and that everyone has rights and they should be upheld. So I strongly believe in people standing up, speaking up and having their rights met and achieved. So for me that's something that's a force within me and it's probably the way I was brought up as well. So for me it's important to work with people that have similar values and want to achieve similar things. So I have always worked in organisations which it's always been sad for me to leave them. But you know, life happens and your circumstances change, but I've never left the disability sector. So for me, I've made lifelong friends here. I've had really rewarding work. I'm a grandmother and a mother, and I hail from the far north in just outside of Kaitaia in Northland. I'm Ngāti Kahu on my dad's side, and on my mum's side I'm Scottish and Ngāti Mahurihure. So I grew up in Auckland, in South Auckland, and I've worked in the disability sector for 40 years. So
that's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah. So given that time, what makes you think, or what gives you the strength to carry on and day-to-day go to organizations like IHC or Idea Services?
I really think it's important that everyone is included in our community and that everyone has rights and they should be upheld. So I strongly believe in people standing up, speaking up and having their rights. By saying that IHC is a group of companies. So I work for IHC, and in the company I work within, we have the fundraising team, we have the volunteer service, we have I Volunteer where people can sign up to have a volunteer as a friend, meet somebody that has got similar interests with them. We have family liaison people who work alongside families, supporting them through whatever they might be going through, where they need a little bit of help, somebody to just walk alongside them and say, we could sort this out. Right. You know, so we have family liaison. We have a fantastic library service, and that library service is available to all people in New Zealand, and you can get books out, you can ask for journals, and it's all to do with disability and largely to do with intellectual disability or neurodiversity. And my job in this service under IHC is to make sure that inclusion in community is the key, and that I remind anyone who wants to listen or who doesn't want to listen about the importance of respecting diversity. There's so many different ways of being and people and things to do. We're better off when we have a group of people that have got all different skills and all different needs. And inclusion is about, again, doing everyday things with everyday people and everyday places. So I spend a lot of time looking to see what systems need to be changed so that people can be more included and that their rights are upheld.
And then this is gearing towards the...
One of the things that excited me to join this role, because I've only been in it for 3.5 months, was the introduction of Whaikaha, the Ministry of Disabled People. I saw a real opportunity for disability not to be seen as a sickness, and that we could have an opportunity to fight harder with the government to get funding specifically for disabled people, not as an add-on to the Ministry of Health. Right. And the other exciting thing for me, which is more opportunity, is Te Aka Whai Ora, which is the Māori Health Authority. they are looking very much around what's needed for Māori and how could we commission or contract services that are for Māori by Māori, that, what sort of models will work for Māori. I think that's exciting that we have that opportunity. We can all learn from that. So how we get more funding, sometimes it's not always about more funding, it's about doing things differently.
Right.
And what we do know is that after COVID, or, when we were 2 years ago, all disability support organisations suddenly realised how important it was to become digital. For example, some houses have got upturned buckets, some houses have got pots.
Right.
It's about using what you have. It doesn't have to cost money. Do you,
Right. I get what you mean. Right. I'm having fun.
Yeah, having fun.
About what you have, right? Regardless of the condition. So we did tackle about the COVID, which is amazing. And given the change in the health sector, like usually we had this, the HBs, now we have Health New Zealand and the Maori Health Authority. How do you think that will affect IHC, and what benefit do you think we can have given those that separation? Sorry, should I call it separation? I might be using a different wrong terminology.
No, I think, for example, I would be really hoping that the opportunity this raises is that we might start getting better data and better information being collected about disabled people. Because, the census survey for disabled people is every 10 years.
Wow.
A lot can happen in 10 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. So I think when you've got a ministry like Whaikaha, whose focus is solely on disability, right? They don't have to worry about the health side of it. That's dealt with by Health New Zealand. So maybe they'll start thinking we need better information, because planning, resourcing, you need information. So that to me is something I think is going to be a plus. I think there's also a push to strengthen the voice of people with disabilities and their whānau. So I'm really hoping that there's representation of disabled people at all levels of whaikaha. Ideally, it should be at all levels of everywhere.
Right.
I understand. In local government, in service organisations.
Especially in rural areas as well. Right?
Yeah, everywhere. I mean, how can you provide good support and good services for your community if you only talk to some of the community and not all of the community? So I think there's going to be a chance to have a better voice, a stronger voice for people who are disabled and their families.
Every tangata fight Takiwātanga is different. If you fail with one strategy, don't stop. Keep moving forward. Always remember that for every failure you encounter is one step closer to your success. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, me muto te whakawa haere. Let's stop judging others. Me mahi tahi tato. Let's all work together. Kia maya, kia kaha, be brave and be strong.